everybody, to the first episode of Project Box Interviews. And the reason we're doing this is because I need to get my stuff done. And I realized that the only way I get inspired is when I actually get to see the people who have sold me so many products that I have not finished. So I decided I would start with my very bestie here, Stacy West from Buttermilk Basin. Welcome.
Hey everyone. Thanks for having me, Anna.
Yeah. So first, I want everyone to understand, where did the name Buttermilk Basin come from?
That's a very good question. It's one I get asked a lot, so it's kind of cool that we're talking about it. I came up with the name Buttermilk Basin after my great grandma Lily. She lived to be almost 101, and she never had running. I know, right? I have good genes. So
yes. Wow.
So she never had running water growing up. And so I would have to go as a young kid, teenager, and haul pails of water, even through the snow. I know. What's that violin people want to start doing right now? Yeah. But I actually did it, I loved helping her. So long story short, she had no running water and, we were going to purchase it, but it never happened. So then we would always have to wash our hands in that red and white basin, the porcelain basin that, I buy at antique places.
Yes.
And then she always had buttermilk in her fridge, and her fridge was ice cold and buttermilk went in everything. And so I really named it after my
drool.
Huh?
I started to drool. Buttermilk, biscuits.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Buttermilk went in everything, and she was the best cook and baker. And the coolest part is she had polio and she survived it. So she wasn't supposed to live. And so you still would never know that her left arm didn't function. And she still did everything 110% every single day from the minute she woke up until she went to bed at night. And she was just a huge inspiration. And that's what drives me. I don't really have a lot of sympathy because I've lived through it and seen her and what she's overcome, and she never complained. I think that's the biggest thing that is impressive to me, because I know I once in a while, kind of go down this path, and I'm like, Stacy, focus,
Yeah.
So I don't think sometimes we realize how good we have it. And so she's always that little gentle reminder that, Stacy, reel it in.
Yeah.
Life is good.
So was she a crafter? I mean, did she knit or crochet or what do?
Yeah, I grew up luckily in the same yard as my two generations. So I had my mom's mom and dad, and then I had my great grandma and her husband. So they grew up in the same yard. So many hours were spent underneath that quilt, poking the needle up so that they could tie quilts. Yeah. She was a rug maker. She taught me how to sew on her treadle. And my grandma Avis, she was the most beautiful embroider work that you've ever seen. I mean, it was just perfect. And then my mom she was hands down, did everything. She was amazing too.
So when you, how old were you when you officially became Buttermilk Basin?
I don't know.
I'm not going to count down the years.
I'm not going to count down the years, because I was just telling her that I had a big number and I didn't get any sympathy for that. So I'm not going to go there. No. But I will tell you, in 2001 is when I switched to Buttermilk Basin.
And is that when you published your first pattern?
Actually, we were Pitter Patter Pigtail Girls before that.
What was it? Pitter Patter.
Pitter Patter Pigtail Girls.
You should have worn pigtails today. I mean,
I sported them back in the day. I've rocked almost every hairstyle, including the COVID. Yeah, help me out one right now. But
I know. Go ahead.
No, my mom and I actually had that company, and so excuse me, I would do woodwork and she would do embroidery and dolls. So that's how we first started. Excuse me.
Yeah.
The those masks and my sinuses don't work, but I wear them repeatedly, daily, all day long. So
good for you. We're glad.
So we actually started the company then when my dad passed away suddenly. And that was the way that we were able to provide income for my mom. So I was down in the city 6.5 hours apart, but we still made it work. And so, so I started with wood crafts because I'm a big woodworker girl back in the day.
Well, that's interesting, because are you talking like woodcraft, like what would you build with wood?
So what I did is I would publish books under Susan Shiwi Publications. So it was the Decorative Woodcrafts. And back in the day, they had the Decorative Woodcrafts magazine, and it was actually where you could submit ornaments for the contest, just like those cross-stitch Christmas ones. Mm-hmm. So I would win a lot of those contests and always be published in those books. So it was more, I don't want to say toll painting, but it was similar to toll painting, except smaller, decorative items that you could hang in your home, like Christmas ornaments per se.
Now, I like to, when I was thinking about in prepping for this fabulous interview, I was thinking about that the cruise with the Green Cupboard did a cruise with you and Lisa Bongian from Primitive Gatherings. I think that was the first big time that we met, and George was there and your kids were there. And
that was a good time.
It was, I mean, I went off the deep end into the world, wool world. But you have had many, many workshops.
Oh, yes.
All along the way. And you've designed many lines of fabric, right? Yeah. Who are you with now? Who are you with now?
So I am currently with Riley Blake Designs, and I'm really have to say I'm having a great time. The creative freedom that I get from them is like no other, and the team is great. But I honestly have to say I can't say anything bad about Henry Glass either, because we made some great lines with them too. So I think, once you are just a solid designer, it doesn't matter where you go. You just, and it's good. It's, I'm one that never wants regrets. Mm-hmm. I want to try it. If it doesn't work, I learn from my mistake, but I don't feel there's any I don't think it's failures or anything. I think everything is a learning experience. Mm-hmm. So who knows? I still may go back there. You never know with me, but right now I'm definitely enjoying Riley Blake. We've got a lot of wool that we're doing. Mm-hmm. We've got toweling that just came out. We've got so many lines in the works that it's crazy. I can barely keep up. Mm-hmm. And the coolest thing too is everybody loves those finished goods that I have, like all the finishing pieces.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff on. Oh. So they let me create a line of them. I mean, so it's really hard to not be happy every day when you wake up and get this opportunity to do with them. So.
And when you're designing, now specifically a line of fabric, that's the one that always kind of stumps me. Is it that you're dreaming in a certain pattern or color, or what goes out to, I mean, what's the process of that?
Well, I think I'm a little different. What I'm starting to realize over the years is I'm a little different duck than most people. I can't even believe, this interview just went.
You have to quack. Okay.
Well, I am.
Go on.
And I own it because I love the creative process. I love being inspired, and I'm inspired every day, whether it's in the decorating world, or whether it's, the new line at Target or what have you. But what really inspires me is at night when everybody else is sleeping in their own world. It's me searching. It's like looking for, vintage fabrics. It's looking at old quilts. All the stuff I grew up with, I channel, and it just feeds my soul. And the problem is I come up with too much stuff. Mm-hmm. But what I can tell you that's unique about when I design fabric is it's different. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be the same that everybody else is. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do the same color palette. I don't want to be stuck in a niche. Mm-hmm. And I find like this next line is probably the most creative line that I've done. And I can't, say anything about it yet, but what I can say is it was inspired by the oldest, craziest piece of fabric. And it's weird because I was supposed to doing a different thing, but sometimes when that creativity hits, it all comes and it's done. And then it's done in like a matter of hours.
So when will that line come out? Just
This line is actually going to be coming out in the fall. So I think we've got a lot of lines coming out through July, and then this would be the next. And I'm also going to tell you, there's going to be a crazy twist in a fabric line that you guys are going to die over. So I'm so excited.
I can't wait. I can't.
Yeah, like I said, they're so cool. We're actually tapping into a different genre, so it's going to be pretty cool.
Oh, cool. Well,
Yep.
I know that when I came and stayed at your home in 2019, I was flabbergasted. I was flabbergasted because I had in my mind what it would look like. And it was totally like sophisticated, chic, vintage. Like, I was like, did I come to the wrong house?
You know what?
Because I thought somehow in my mind it was going to be country, just country.
You know what? Here's my process on this. So out of the blue, in a matter of 2 days, we ended up going from the home that you're talking about that had my earth tones, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we fell in love with this modern farmhouse, and it was on the Parade of Homes. So within 2 days, we had decided we're going to buy this home. And why I like this, and you can see we had a photo shoot so nothing's put back together. We do photo shoots here and at the house. And so my publisher and photographer were in town for a week. So we're working on some special projects. Anyhow, I know, I wish I could tell you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm just like, what?
I know these next 2 books that we're doing, they're going to be my babies. So, and we pulled off another one just already in this first year. So that was impressive. In a matter of weeks, we did a book. So, so anyhow, what I realize is I'm living in creative madness and all these beautiful colors and everything. And I love it. But what I found also is that I like serenity, a downtime when I'm at home with my family. Because Grace made this quote kind of, or saying to me, she goes, there is a separation between government and religion. So she's like, I think there should be a separation between Buttermilk, Basin, and home, because a lot of times it just blends right into, and I'm not going to lie, I still probably spend the majority of my day with Buttermilk, Basin, but I'm at a point where the girls are older. And so actually having this clean, crisp palette has been calming, refreshing, and it's more of a home. So that's why I try to keep it separate. And I like my hobbies and my decor. I like that to shine in my home, because that's also a big part of me. If you know, in my pattern covers, they're always stylized. And this also gave us that nice white palette where we can kind of do anything. So I'm loving it. Not going to lie. I know you were dying. So as would anybody. And if you can see any of this, you're like, what?
Yeah.
But you have to understand, all my models now are at the shop, and we have a 5,000 square foot shop.
Yeah. And so that is like, I can't wait to see.
Oh my God.
People that I know that have been there have been, like I love Henry, the dog, the farm girl, love goats, Michelle,
she comes and tapes often.
Oh my gosh, and I'm just like drooling. And so I really can't wait. And Karen went there, and, nobody has said, oh, nah, it's not a place you want to go. Nobody has said that.
In fact, we opened it obviously during COVID we just didn't care. It's my baby. I wanted to open it. It wasn't about, I'm never worried about sales. I'm not a money girl. I do this because this is a passion and I love it. And I share it with you. And the stories that I hear from people working on my handwork, whether it's, oh my gosh, your quilt design hung that she finished at her funeral, which is very sad, but how meaningful to know that you touched that person that much through that handwork while she was dealing with, that's why I do it. I get emails every day thanking me and encouraging me and inspiring me. Of course, we'll get a negative one, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, how can you not keep going and sharing your talent? That's a God-given talent. And nobody can take that away. And I can always gift it to everybody. And especially the people who, can't afford, we do free things and we're very generous in our giveaways. And,
Oh,
I just want to build a relationship.
Your free block of the months are such a generous, that yearly thing that you,
Yes.
gosh, those are so wonderful, because there are
Yep.
people that really want to do it, but they don't have, especially now, they don't have the
Right.
income to necessarily,
Yep.
you're so generous that way. Well, look at this, what I found in my piles. Okay.
Oh, what?
Okay. So
Ooh.
see, it needs to be done. It needs to be
But-
done. See, this is what I'm at. I'm looking for inspiration. Oh, and then here, look at this. Look at this.
Oh, and those two coordinate. So you got to get
Yes.
those done.
I got to get those done. See, this is what this is all about. Oh, but this one I love. And it's all done except for I need to figure out how I want to set it, or how I want it used.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that one?
Yes.
With the three sisters? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That is.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Anna gets to teach my classes at Sisters.
Yeah.
But I gave her the booth this year or last year. So,
and look at, actually April 1st, I chose, Fool's Day to do it, where I'm doing a Zoom class with it's just going to be me and the laptop, and we're going to prep a Buttermilk Basin pattern, and then just stitch and talk.
And I appreciate that too, because there's so many viewers that ours cross over, a lot of fans of yours and mine and vice versa. So it's really cool that I'm able to send to people who know how I do it and do it the same way with the same product. And so I appreciate that too. So Anna's got it down, everybody. Yeah,
I've got it down the easy way, the quickest way I can get my projects done. So if you were not to just do Buttermilk Basin things, and you got to do any other designer in the world, what are you attracted to? What other designer kind of floats your boat, kind of?
Oh, a designer in the quilting world?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever thought of that.
I know, because why would you're 100% trying to put out for your fans?
Well, I have to say I'm inspired by Tim Holtz, because he's got the same vintage vibe that I like. And I've always loved his booths at market. I'm not sure, I think he's still doing it, but he does also a lot of in the craft industry and stamping and rubber stamps and all that. But definitely I could take all his stuff from his booth and his, and the stuff he posts. So he would probably be one. And, we've met and chatted, but he's super, super cool and super creative. And I like that, because it's somebody that's totally out of the box, instead of the traditional, I don't want to say traditional quilter, but I like people who I don't want to be in the box. I want to be, and I think it shows, because I really only do what I like and what speaks to me. I don't care what's trending out there. I know modern is hot. I'm never going to be modern ever. So yeah.
If you were, given how we've had to live this last year, and I know because I follow you on Instagram, that you are on the road a lot, not just for work, mind you. You're stalking some singers and, all of that. So what's the first place you would want to, or first experience you would want to have if you didn't have any restrictions?
Can I be perfectly honest with you? It would be to see my boyfriend, Rob Thomas.
I knew it wasn't to see me.
Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry. He's number two. Totally. I erased that.
Because I knew you were going to say that, because I think he's on there. In fact, I think he's on there almost as much as George.
Oh, it's a toss up. But then I will also say, even though we know we are season ticket holders for the Timberwolves, and we decided that we're not going to do that because it's just, our Timberwolves are just not feeling it these days. They need, I love you, but you gotta, And so anyway, we did sign up for our tickets again because I do miss date nights with George. So
Yeah.
I would have to say Ron Thomas and date nights with George. So, but I am going to Waco this week, tomorrow.
Yes. And so you're going to Magnolia Farms?
I'm going to Magnolia Market, and we are staying at a place that I follow on Instagram. So I'm going to go support the economy down there, which is one way I can help out. And this is a rescheduled from November. And so we're actually taking Hannah and Matt. And so we're going to support small shops along the way. So,
I can't think of anybody I love shopping in an antique store with more than you.
Oh my God. Because I'm on fire.
Yeah, you are on fire. And I mean, you actually need people to carry your stuff out.
You've took us, and you actually have one of my favorite ones in town, Monticello.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that place is awesome, and Greg loves to do that kind of stuff too. So
maybe I have to channel Greg in a little more to send me a box then instead of you. I gotta reach in for him.
So before we wrap this up, let's see the new book.
Oh, you guys, I had Jennifer Keltner hand deliver this baby to me. So how cool was that? And we got in pre-copies, so we're going to be sending out them. So it's super cool. So this is called Pick of the Crop, and this is fall. And this, I have to say, is kind of special because this is one of those books that got stuck in COVID. So the fact that this baby even happened is pretty amazing because they've had so many challenges about where they're going to photo shoot, who they're going to, they've been on lockdown so much because your area is definitely much more strict and has more concerns than we do. So, the fact that I got to give them a heads up, and give them kudos for actually continuing and making it happen because, these books, they had to get creative where they styled, they had to do, there's a place they went and took these at this farm because they just can't have people traveling and flying. And so this is kind of the COVID book. So I can't see any other way to share it. Excitement, because it's so, let's see, how do we do this here?
Just pick one good picture.
Okay, let's pick one good one. I know which one I'm going to pick. The color palette in this book is absolutely stunning. We went with some really, look at the colors in that. I went with some really cool colors, and we saved all this wool so that we could do kits. So you're going to be able to purchase all those kits too. So it's got mats, all kinds of things. Here's another pretty picture, but aren't the colors really pretty?
They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
And again, one way I want to, show the work, and it's one way, how do I say it? My mind is always thinking faster than I can get my words out. But having a design is your starting point. And I always encourage everybody to just take any project, even if you don't have, my color palette, do it in yours. The cool part is a good design is good. It can be done in any color. So, I'm always encouraging people to be creative. And some are even more creative than me. Have you seen some of my followers on the fans of Buttermilk Basin? I'm like,
oh yeah. But I have to say that the first person who taught me the fly stitched where I could actually do it was you.
Were we in Utah that class?
Oh yes.
Yes. And Enzo was there?
Yes, Enzo was there.
Yeah.
And
that was good times.
The cute thread guy.
Oh yeah, he was there. Yeah. Oh, Ed and I have the best time. I mean, if you ever want to hang out with two super cool people, It's us too.
Yeah,
We have the best time.
Yeah,
and your girlfriends are pretty cool too.
Yeah, that was, you have great, your classes are always fun. Always fun. You're going to always have a good time and a good meal. You're always going to have a good time. And
exactly. And the biggest thing is I've seen so many classes and teachers teach next to me. And I mean, I don't want to say I've learned what not to do, but these people are out there taking their time. They just want to have a great time, learn what they can. They're not getting graded when you're in my class. You are there to enjoy the journey with me. And even sometimes we laugh because remember my eyes have gotten a little older too. So the cheater concept has to come in, and man, sometimes I can't even thread that dang needle. So, that's an issue I deal with, but it's not a huge thing. It's like, I can relate because everybody,
Right.
and it's all about having fun. If you aren't having fun with me, then we need to fix something. So, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll wrap this up and let you go and finish packing for your trip. Have safe travels, have a blast. Post a lot when you get to Magnolia Farms,
Yeah, I'll post a bunch because I'm a little concerned, but everything is supposed to be open. I'm not sure about Magnolia Table because they had a pipe burst, but.
Oh yeah, because Texas and all their.
Yep. But that's even more important to go and support,
Right.
We're used to it up here in Minnesota. I mean, we've had huge negative below, and today we are coatless because it is 40 degrees. It is beautiful. It is like bikini season. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I better bring mine out. But Anna, before I go and we sign off, I do want to thank you for all your love and support, both personal and on the business end. I love you. You're awesome. Appreciate you.
And feelings are likewise the same.
Perfect.
So thank you for doing this. Take care. Safe travel.
All right. Thanks,
Bye.
Anna.
Bye.
Bye.